This is just a little quick start guide. All right, quick start guide. People always asking, where do you start? This is where you start. First things first, you got to get your report. Now, you don't have to use my score IQ. You can use, Experian. You can use my FICO, annualcreditreport.com. You can do that too. I just put this on here because, if you get our link, you can get a 7-day trial for just $1. So that's why we use that, right? We're going to download it. Next, we're going to find inaccuracies. These are easy inaccuracies that you can look for, right? Balances, duplicate accounts, wrong dates, wrong addresses, accounts that you never opened, that type of stuff. We need something actually wrong with the account before we dispute. We're not just saying this account isn't mine. All right. That's crazy. That account is yours. Okay. We dispute accuracy, not ownership. Okay. Next, right. We clean up our personal info. We're going to knock out the low hanging fruit first. We're calling for our personal info. We're calling for the inquiries not attached to open accounts. We're calling for that. Not once, not twice. You got to call 10 plus times. We want to get as much shit as we can on these phone calls. Calling is the quickest way to get something removed. All right. Calling is the quickest way to get something removed. So we're knocking these two out at the same time. If you guys need the addresses and the scripts and all that good stuff, DM me the word group, right? And you get all that stuff in there. Okay. Next, optional. You can opt out of LexisNexis, SageStream, CoreLogic, ARS. You can log out of that stuff too. If you're fixing your own credit, you probably should opt out of those and then start disputing. But it's up to you. That's why I put optional right there. All right. That's the first couple steps right there. So you're going to have to do this with all your accounts, right? No matter what you're disputing. Okay. You're going to have to get your report, find inaccuracies, clean up personal info, call and get inquiries removed, and then the optional step if you want to do that. Right. This is kind of universal across the board. All right. Boom. What we got next? Round one. All right, let's go. Now, there's different ways to do it. This is how we do it. If you guys want the traditional route, you guys want a different route, let me know. When you join the group, I can teach you guys the other way. But if you want to do Metro 2 and all that, which doesn't really work as good as this stuff, but whatever y'all want to learn, we got you in the group. All right, round one. This is just an investigation. All we're doing is using those inaccuracies we found in the other step. Okay. We're saying, hey, Capital One, this account is wrong because balance is wrong. Account number, it says open, but it's a closed account. We're using something that's actually wrong with the account. We're not saying this account ain't ours. That's stupid. That's dumb. That does not make sense. Okay. That does not make sense. We have to have something to actually dispute against. Okay. Now, if they remove it, great. If they verify it, right, verify it, or they send a stall tactic, then we're moving on to round two. All right. Round two is just saying, hey, y'all said verified. I just want to know how y'all did this. What procedures did y'all use? Did y'all use the Oscar? What the hell going on? That's all we're doing. And we're setting their ass up for later on too. Okay. So we sent round one. They deleted some stuff, then verified the rest. We sent round two. Okay. Method of verification. They deleted some stuff and then verified the rest. Now, after 2 rounds, they're still verifying accounts or they're still sending the stall tactics. Those are those letters that say, hey, are you working with a credit repair company? Hey, we need more information, blah, 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 right? If they send an automated response, that lets us know that they didn't do a proper investigation. Why are you sending me this letter when I told you to go investigate with Capital One, or I told you to go investigate with Citibank? What you sending me this for? That don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we get them. Those are the violations that we're going to use to eventually sue their ass. So we got 1 round, 2 round. We got enough violations now. Now we can go ahead and sue. Right? We're suing in federal court. We do all this stuff for you, right? And if you do these 2 rounds, okay, and you got the responses and everything, you got everything documented in a Google folder, and you want us to do that stuff for you, our team can actually handle suing for you too, right? Split the settlements. If there's any settlements, we split that 50-50, and then we go from there, right? Because you did all the work, all right? And my people in the group know all this stuff. But then, all right, round 3. So if we send the stuff to the attorney, if I review your disputes or something, and I don't know, you didn't, the round 1 was trash, right? You didn't send the right stuff. You just said under 15 US code 1681, this is wrong, right? That's not good. We want to get real specific on what's wrong with that account, okay? Real specific. She said the group is lit. Yes, sir. So, if one of your rounds is trash and the attorney don't like it, or if I don't like it, or if the team don't like it, we'll tell you to go send to round 3. Round 3 is pretty much round 2, but it's a lot more aggressive, pretty much telling them, hey, we gave y'all 3 chances. It's your last round. Here are the accounts one last time. And after this one, then we for sure have enough violations to go ahead and sue their ass. All right. And if y'all want to learn how to sue, I'm telling you, join the group. Okay, join the group, man. Super cheap, super. I make the groups either free or cheap so everybody can get in. All right. Because when I was learning how to fix my credit, I paid many mentorships that were trash. They were teaching you how to do credit sweeps. You're ridiculous. Right? Pay 1,500 for you to tell me to go to the FTC. Bullshit. So my free stuff better than what you're gonna pay for. If you do some of my paid stuff, just know it go crazy. All right. Then lastly, while you're disputing, you need to be paying down your balances, adding positive, easy accounts with no hard inquiries. Okay. If your credit is decent, you can be adding a regular credit card, or if you get an auto loan or something like that. But if you can't get approved for that stuff, that's what these easy accounts are for. Kovo, Extra Card, Kickoff, Rent Reporters, Credit Strong, right? These are easy credit builders that you can be adding while you're disputing. Okay. All right, man. DM me the word king if you want us to do all this work. Okay. DM me the word group if you want to learn how to do this stuff yourself. That's a quick breakdown, you guys. That's how we do it. There was no fluff or nothing like that. That's how we get busy. And if you want us to do it, let me know. If you want to do it yourself, let me know. All right, let's go.